I've been thinking about some yoga philosophy. I've been reading a lot more philosophy recently, and I've found one thing that has just like kind of held me. It's been in my mind, and I've talked about this with Charmaine, and I will continue to talk about it until I make sense out of it. And basically, on my yoga teacher training, I was taught the question, like a yogic question, is it or am I causing separation? Because yoga is about union, the coming together of everything. And now that makes complete sense. And I think that question is super helpful. And in the sutras and like other texts that I've read, and also actually I'm on a course with Accessible Yoga, and Giovanna said this, which sent me off onto my trail of thinking, which is that actually once we've got to a certain point in yoga, actually I don't even think that's the right way of saying it. It's the idea is that the spirit, Purusha, is something that is separate from everything else. So we see that everything else is an illusion. We disconnect from the material world completely. And then that is when we can see Purusha, we can see spirit, which connects all of us and everything and all the things. So ultimately, the idea is that we are going to separate. And that brings up a lot for me, because I'm like, what does that actually mean? How does that happen? And the kind of the thing that's helped me like visualize this is that like the mind is like a lake or like a pond or something, and it's like really dirty in the pond. There's like loads of mud, and like maybe dirty is the wrong word, you just can't see the bottom, it's not clear, the water. And like through our lives we slowly start to filter out all of the muck and all the rocks and everything that's blocking the bottom of the lake. And the bottom of the lake is Purusha, our true self, and that is the same as everyone's. Like Purusha is changeless, it doesn't change. And it's also like the notion that if Purusha is changeless and doesn't change, it means that we are already healed. Like we just need to disconnect and push away everything in the material world as much as possible to be able to see our true essence, which is not change. So we've all got this power within us, and I don't really like using the word power, but we've all got that essence within us, we've all got that spirit within us. It's there, it's just how we can, and lots of us will have different types of muck we need to get through, etc, etc. But then once we get to Peru, and the way we do that is by separating. So the idea that this question is it or am I causing separation, is a good question to ask. And it also some of the kind of goals for yoga, or like the path to liberation for yoga, is to separate as well. So I'm just holding all of these nuances and considerations and thoughts, and I thought I would share them here. And I wonder what you think about it, if you've thought about this before. And another thing that's interesting, I'm talking for ages now, is that in the Yoga Sutras it says that, you know, once we kind of can see the bottom of the lake and we are exposed to Purusha and our own Purusha and Purusha that's connected to everything. I believe it's the same thing for everything. You know, we get these like all-knowing powers of like knowing everything, sensing everything. And and if that happens, you know, you can either choose to keep those powers and become a god, like literally live with the gods, pretty cool. Or you can choose to decline those powers, which then makes you even more enlightened. So you can like choose to stay at the level of the gods, or you can like reject that and be like, okay, I'm going to keep going on this journey even though it's like really hard. And that's really interesting to think of gods in that way, that they're also limited in many ways. They also like succumb to parts of the material world, and I've not thought of it like that before. So yeah, those are my thoughts this morning. I thought I'd do a video and would love to know your thoughts. I might be interpreting everything wrong, but I'm trying. I'm trying. But yeah, I'm really into reading. I've read Raja Yoga. I'm reading Yana Yoga at the moment. The sutras, and just getting my everything stuck into these philosophies. So yeah.